Could you please introduce yourself for me?
I'm Sergeant Willie Deel. I'm the Chief Scout with 3rd Battalion, 5th Marine Surveillance and Target Acquisition Platoon.
Okay, could you just tell me just the spelling of your first and last?
My first name is Willie, spelled W-I-L-L-I-E. My last name is Deel, spelled D-E-E-L.
Could you just tell me where you're from?
I'm from Hutchinson, Kansas.
Okay. And what's the Hutchinson, Kansas newspaper?
The Hutchinson, Kansas newspaper is the Hutchinson News.
Okay, got it. Could you just tell me just a little bit about, just like, what does running this marathon mean to you?
Running this half marathon means a lot to me. This is for the 25 men that had fallen in our battalion. The names, the pictures and their names line the race courses we went through. It's the least I can do to take it one day out and go through, put out a little sweat, pain, maybe a little blood and tears, just to give back for the guys that ultimately made the ultimate sacrifice, the guys that I served with, the guys that I helped carry on the bird. They made that ultimate sacrifice, so the least I can do is spend one day out here, a little bit of pain and a little bit of sweat, to at least honor their memory and carry on, so maybe that one person will see me and find out about the story of those guys, so that way for their family, their legend, and their tradition of them being a Marine and the honor they have lives on.
From your experience, like you said, you led the guys onto the birds and stuff. Could you just tell me just a little bit about what that felt like for you?
It's kind of hard to say, but it's an honor to know that the famous quote goes, no greater love than he who laid down his life for his friends. And to know that your friends were there and to be in those situations where you're willing to accept death so that way your friends can live, so that way their family and that way everyone back in the United States can live free and enjoy the life that we have. Being able to watch over their body, and as they say, suppressive fire is the best field medicine, but to be able to provide that fire and and make sure they get on the bird so that way they come back to their family, it's an honor to give that little bit of blood, sweat, and tears for someone that made the ultimate sacrifice for you.
Why did you do this in combat gear?
I did it in combat gear because every one of my brothers that I loaded on the bird that made that sacrifice, that's what they went out in. They had to experience that final pain and give that ultimate sacrifice. I've done this half marathon for 4 years in a row now. And the last couple years I've ran it with either a ruck or combat gear on, because if they can make that much sacrifice and endure the pain that they did, then it's nothing for me to come out here and spend a couple hours giving back to them and carrying on that tradition for them.
For people who haven't ran the marathon, what would be something that you would like to say to them?
The whole time I run, anybody that runs around me knows I'm not quiet, I'm really loud. And you're gonna hurt, it's gonna feel, there's gonna be pain that you haven't experienced before, but you have to realize that all it is that's your mind trying to tell you you can stop. The human body is capable of great things. Men and women in combat push their body beyond the limits every day. And so the least you can do is when you come out here, be willing to embrace the pain, and as we all say, embrace the suck, and get out there and push through it. And you'll never know, you might push yourself to a new limit and go into a whole new threshold.
If there was one thing that you could say to your fallen brother, or one of your fallen brothers, what would it be?
I'd tell to all the fallen brothers that we have, I'd say it was an honor to serve with you, and thank you for everything you've done and the lessons you've taught me. But one of the fallen brothers was one of my mentors when I first came in. His name was Sergeant Matthew Tiabate, and he taught me a lot about how to be a Marine. And him, along with the rest of them, the one thing I'd say to them, and the one thing that kind of sums it up, is that fair winds and following seas, brother, and fight on, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
If there's anything else that you'd like to say about the Memorial Day Marathon?
I'd like to say it's awesome to see the number of people come out and the amount of support that Laguna Hills gives the 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines, gives our Dark Horse Battalion. They've always stood behind us. They've helped us out a lot. It's great to see the community rally around, and especially on a day like today, see so many people come out here and, you know, appreciate all the military service. But the good thing is that a lot of people come out here, and when they do, they may not know the true meaning of Memorial Day, but they get to come out here and talk with some Marines, and we get to explain to them why it is, and they see the pictures and they get to take away a little bit more of an understanding and respect for the guys that made that ultimate sacrifice.